Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Let me tidy up here. It's not looking so hot on here. Okay. Mike! Hey, Mike! Mike! Mic check! What's up, guys? How we doing? Let me turn the song down. How's everybody doing? Mic check. Mic check. Great to see you guys. A lot of familiar faces. Some first-time chatters already in here, too. What's going on? How's everybody doing? You know, I know these streams are just once a week now, but it's kind of, you know, it's almost like once they come back around, I'm like, oh man, look at all these like people I haven't talked to you guys in like a while. It's been very busy, but I'm really happy to be back on this, back on the grind. Hello, Aunt Ramses. Nose runny, dude. My nose is runny too. I actually have a little bit of a cold right now that I'm fighting. I'm gonna do my best, I think, to I'm gonna try to keep this like I'm gonna make this a marathon stream a little bit. Like I'm gonna try to go for. Let's just like push it as long as possible. I know all you guys can't stay like at super long, but I think if I go longer, I know some people show up late. You know, there's no pressure to stay the whole time. Sorry, hang on, I'm plugging my phone in here. But you know, we've had a couple short streams recently because I've just been swamped. There's just been a lot going on. All good stuff, like just busy stuff. But first stream I can actually stay up for. Let's go! Oh, bro, as if you were streaming. I just opened my drawing tablet 20 minutes ago. Let's go. Yeah, no pressure to stay super long. But, you know, because we've had a couple short streams for a little while now, you know, I want to give you guys the goods because I haven't been able to stream as frequently. So I figure let's try to go, I'm going to try to push it this time. You know, we usually cap around 2 hours. I'm going to try to, at the 2 hour mark, we're going to get a second win. All right, we're going to go all over again. That is as long as I'm not feeling really sick. Because I do have a bit of a cold. So I may have to excuse myself to blow my nose here and there, but that's alright. Alright, what do you guys think? You guys want to see my face? Dude, that new monkey strip got me pretty hard. Hello, I am also a Moses. Galaxy of Moses. Two Moseses. Two Mosies. Welcome. Whoa. Oh, dude. Oh! Oh! Kirby 890 gifted a tier 1 sub to 0. Hell yeah. Oh my god, my computer's making all kinds of noise. Dude, thank you, Kirby! And welcome 0 to the subscriber thing. And welcome Galaxy of Moses to Mosai in the chat. Alright, what do you think? Should I switch to face cam? I want to see you guys. We'll talk about the monkey comic that I just posted. Alright, here we go. Jump scare warning. Jump scare warning. 3, 2. Hello. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Did I scare you? Look, I tried to smush my camera in a little bit because I had this widescreen thing. But I felt like it was covering a lot of the canvas, and then you guys couldn't, and it just wasn't necessary. You guys were just seeing my, like, cluttered, like, the back of my room is not really any reason for you guys to see that. Although it does sort of chop off the war bad thing, but I don't think you guys could see all that this time. No sexy wig this time. Maybe at the halfway mark I'll throw the wig on. I was sweating in that thing, honestly. It was just freaking dressed up for work. Yeah, I'm dressed up for you guys. Sometimes if I'm feeling like, you know, sometimes we hop on the stream and I'm in like a, you know, t-shirt and sweats, and that's fine when we're cozy. But I was kind of like, you know, I've been sick the past like 2 or 3 days. I haven't left the house very much, and sometimes it just feels good to, like, you know, put on a shirt and a tie. How you doing, Beetle? I'm alright. I do have a little bit of a cold, so I'm probably going to sound a little congested on this stream. But that's okay, because I'm really happy you guys are all here to draw with me. And, oh yeah, and I just posted that monkey comic, which actually took me a while to draw, because it's a bit more of like a dynamic, like a little bit more of a dynamic, like paneling, which I don't usually, I do sometimes, but only if I feel like the idea like really needs it. And that one, because it wasn't something I think I could just do in 3 panels, I was like, okay, how can I make this still 1 page, but just make it more like active? And especially, like, I mean, I just picked up, you guys might like this. I've been so busy, I haven't even read that much of it yet, but I picked up Berserk, just the first issue, or chapter, what would you call this? Issue 1. And I mean, dude, it's like, it's crazy in manga just how much shit they fit onto 1 page. I mean, obviously, it's a different format, right? Like, when you're actually holding a book, it's different than scrolling through, like, web comics, which need to be, like, very instant. Yeah, this has been great so far. I haven't even finished it yet, but it's been really good. The art is incredible. And so when I'm drawing web comics, I really try to keep it to 3 panels. Like, I think that's kind of become my signature thing, is just that, like, top-down 2 or 3 panels. A lot of the times I need 3 panels to fit a joke in. Sometimes it only needs 2. This one, I had this idea about the monkey thing, and or the orangutan, and I was like, I really want to draw that. I don't know if it's going to, like, click with people, because it's a little bit more, like, heady. You know, I guess, like, it's nothing, like, super cerebral, but it's just, like, you know, it's different. Drawing something that's just, like, a quick 3 panel that's, like, a reference to a movie or a meme is, like, not to discredit any of that, because I still put work into those too, but that's just, like, it's, like, quick, right? People can look at it and be like, okay, I get, like, the Mr. Krabs OnlyFans one, right? I know these characters. I know what OnlyFans is. Bada bing, bada boom. It's like popcorn, right? It's like, you know, I still work hard to make comics like that, but it's easy. It's digestible for, like, a lot of people. But sometimes I have those ideas that I'm like, there's not really a punchline. It's more something that I kind of just, like, I don't know. When it pops into my head, I'm like, I really feel like I need to see that through. Like, I like that idea, and I kind of want to put it on paper. And even though maybe people are more know my stuff for things that are kind of just, like, quick, easy, like, funny, I hope funny, like, web comics, sometimes you gotta flex a little. You gotta do something that's a little bit, like, outside your comfort zone. So that's why I drew that monkey one, because I just liked the way it looked in my head, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It came out pretty much how I wanted it to look in my head, but I don't think it's gonna, like, perform well on social media. Not that that really counts for anything, but I love Beetle Moses. Oh, and look at this. Need a really high IQ to get Beetle Moses comics. Shout out Angelita. Shout out Natty the Panda. Daily Beetle Showcase. Let's fucking go. All right. Whoa. Oh my god. Staffo Waffle. Subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 4 months. Holy shit. Dude. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Hernandez 93Z subscribed at tier 1. They subscribed for 5 months? Holy shit. And a fucking hype train is close. Yo. I love you guys. I love you guys. Where'd I post it? It's on my Twitter. Twitter and Instagram. Whichever one you follow me on. I just posted that one like an hour ago-ish. And I think Nightbot drops my social links in a second if you don't follow me. But it's just at Beetle Moses everywhere. Dude. Hype train is close. Hype train is close. Oh, I gotta read the Natty the Panda Beetle fact. Natty the Panda, Shout out. Thank you for being such an avid viewer and for really sticking to the bit. Daily Beetle Showcase. Let's fucking go. Today it's 2 Beetles. Mostly because I don't have much to talk about them. Mainly because they look cool. Well, I love that. Alright, let's pull it up. We've got... what was that? How do I spell this? Emus Hirtus. Emus Hirtus. Okay, let's see it. Sorry, I had a window open here. I was trying to figure out a little sneak peek. I was trying to figure out how to bring somebody on to a stream. Isn't that interesting? I think whoa, what the hell? This is a crazy beetle. This is a beetle? It looks like literally halfway between. It looks like like if you ask like a 5th grader who was like really into like Pokemon or something like that, that's like, yo, what, can you draw something for me that's like halfway a bee and halfway a beetle? And then he would draw something like this and it would be pretty accurate. It looks halfway between a bee and a beetle. Does it have a stinger? It's a crazy pick. Let's look up, does it have a stinger? Well, let's see, maybe you read something. Made of Kent beetle, considered locally extinct in Europe, but was rediscovered in 1997. Wow, look at that. I don't think they have a stinger. I don't think beetles have stingers. Whoa! Oh my god, Galaxy of Moses just subscribed. Dude, we got 2 Moses. We got a Moses in the chat. Galaxy of Moses. Yo, hype train. Oh my god, choo choo. Dude, thank you, Galaxy. Thank you, Galaxy of Moses, for the sub. Thank you for popping in. Hell yeah. Thank you guys. Oh my god, dude. What the hell? Another one? Garbaggio Garbageson. Subscribe with Prime Gaming. Wow! Hype train. That's awesome. Thank you. Holy shit. Level 1 complete. Dude, we just got started. We haven't even started the drawing class yet. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All of you. Oh my god. Hype train, baby. Oh, look who's in the chat, guys. Yellow Swag Studios in the chat. Wait, I gotta look up this other one. And the Collops Battle... Man, I don't want to ignore Natty's thing. Collops Baltitus, the Red Cross Beetle, which are actually important for agro ecosystems, as in both larva and adult form, they prey on agricultural pests. Okay. Whoa, it really has a red cross. I mean, that is a very aptly named... Interesting, there's also some of these that are a Volkswagen Beetle with a red, that are for the red cross. This is cool. Cool bug, man. Thank you, Natty the Pan. Oh, I already feel the sniffles coming. Very cool suggestions. Right, I'm going to keep this window right here because we're going to need to pull something up for a reference in a minute. Dude. Alright. Thank you. Oh my god, let's see. Am I also Jewish? I am Jewish. Yes. Internet celeb YOLO swag. Look up the Dark Fisher Spider. Alright, guys. Let me see this one. I got it. I love bugs. I love seeing new bugs. Dark Fishing Spider. Oh, special dedication. Subscribed at tier 1. Dude, subs are out of control. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Dude, hell yeah. Thank you. Special dedication. Jesus Christ, this is a terrifying spider, bro. Why'd you show this to me? Dang, where does this live? Oh my god, you know what? Dude, I think I saw one of these in real life not that long ago. Do these live near me? Because his name sounds familiar, and I saw a really big spider, and I looked up like, whoa! Coin Plant! Subscribe with Prime Gaming! They've subscribed for 2 months. Oh my god, Hype Train, another Hype Train is imminent. Coin Plant! Enter the Bazingus. Yeah, I was on a walk near like a little body of water, and I saw a giant spider like sitting on the ground, and I took a picture of it, and I like Googled like big brown spider and like my area, and it basically was it basically brought that one up, and I was like, oh, it's disgusting. And they get huge. Special dedication. I've had a blast with your streams and Discord so far. You got me back into doodling for fun. Thanks, dude. Dude, I love to hear that, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun on this drawing because I think it's gonna be like involved with you guys. Like I think I'm gonna try to get some recommendations from the audience. Let's see. What does it say? Oh my god. Oh my god, another hype train. Bugs on my wee wee. Are you guys tired of me shouting out your names yet? Should I do it like a golf, like bugs on my wee wee? Gifted a tier 1 sub to Pillbug Place. Dude, amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the subs, guys. Wait, what? Okay, what did this one say? Oh my god, dude. Another one? I visit the zoo. Subscribed with Prime Gaming. I visit the zoo. Thank you for the subscription. I visit the zoo. Thank you guys. Oh my god, man. I think I'm about to beat my last record. We haven't even started. What is it? Transcendency. After following your art on Twitter for a long time, the stream feels like a big face reveal. You were such a good looking man. Please, guy, please. Please. That's not what I'm here for, alright? Thank you. Thank you. Your art is dope. Dude, thank you. Thank you. Look, right out the gate, let me plug anybody who is new to the stream, if you haven't watched before. Oh my god, man. Another one? Dude. Hernandez 93Z gifted a tier 1 sub to Mr. Universe Squid. Hernandez AM93Z, thank you for the subscription. Are you a big Gary Larson fan? Huge. I am a huge Gary Larson fan. Yeah, I would say the big ones that I was like comics that I was reading growing up that my dad used to buy me, like, you know, the book. I think I still have some, like the collection books were Calvin and Hobbes, which goes without saying, extremely based, unbelievable artwork, and Far Side. I used to have these, like, I'm sure I still have them, but like big books of like 100 or so, like a collection of Gary Larson's. Yeah, the Far Side. He's an unbelievable, like, what I loved about, and there's such different artists. Bill Watterson with Calvin and Hobbes, and Gary Larson with Far Side are like totally different comics, because a lot of the times Calvin and Hobbes has this like tendency of like the joke being how outlandish things get. You know, he'll have like the Sunday strip ones that are like 7 or 8 panels, and they're like you know, literally I remember like I can picture one in my mind's eye of like T-Rexes flying like fighter jets or something like that, and then it cuts to Calvin at the end, and he's actually just like sitting in his like sandbox with the toys or something. But the art on like I'm like literally, even now, I mean, as a kid, even before I had like a real appreciation for how long it takes to draw something like that, I would just be like, how the hell do you draw a T-Rex in an airplane? Like, what the hell? That's absolutely out of control. But I mean, there's a lot of great like simple jokes in Calvin and Hobbes too, but that's definitely, like, I love that Bill Watterson used to flex his like art skills, you know what I mean, on an otherwise really simple medium. Gary Larson is a genius because he drew things like extremely minimal, extremely simple, like but they were hilarious. Like, I think that like The Far Side is one of the few comics that I would read all the time that would actually make me laugh out loud. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a tendency to look at a comic and be like, oh, this is cute, or this is funny, or the art is cool. But, like, it's hard to get I think it's hard to get somebody to, like, LO freaking L, you know, like, at a comic. Because it's just lines on a paper, basically. And, Gary Larson is, like, the fucking king of that. So many classic ones. And I think there's a lot of drawings that I do that I'm not on his level, but are, like, in my eye, very heavily inspired by oh my god, dude. Oh, dude, all-time record shattered. Holy crap. Yowlitz is giving 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Dude, you're blowing my mind. Yowlitz, holy pog. Thank you for gifting subs to LST, Centurion BR, Remy 900, Evelyn, KK034, and Mongo Jr. It is getting way stinky up here. Hashtag Stink Beetle Nation. Dude. Poggers. Oh my god. Thank you, Yowlitz. You know how much love I got for you, dude. Like, thank you. Thank you so much. Seriously. All you guys, thank you. Love you. I freaking love you guys. Anyway, I could talk about Gary Larson and Calvin and Hobbes all day. I'm sure that'll be a running theme for this episode. But here's what I want to do. Oh, this is what I was going to plug. Guys, if it's your first time watching the stream, I hope you know there is a Discord. There's a free Discord that you can join that's related to the stream. Beetle Moses and friends, thank you for dropping the link. Hernandez just dropped it right there. Totally free. That link is never going to expire. We've got a great community of people over there right now. And after this stream, because this is not just me doodling, it's actually an art class. I'm going to show you guys how to draw along. After the stream, everybody is going to post their drawings in that Discord, and you can all see them and comment on them and share them and stuff like that. It's such a fresh community, and hopefully some of you guys can back me up here that I think what's great about it is that there's people at different, stages of their artistic journey, right? There's some people who are just like extremely fresh. I mean, everybody's extremely fresh, but some people are just so skilled, and other people are at the beginning, and everybody's drawings have been really good, but it's just been like very supportive, super nice. Everybody's just been great. So please jump in there. I even, just because, like, I know I'm terrible with it, guys, I would like to be hopping in there more frequently, but whenever I pop in and I see just the communication between you guys, like, I just am blown away. Just absolutely love you guys, and the fact that it's all around just this, like, these little rinky-dink streams that I'm doing is crazy to me. I just feel very, very grateful. So please hop into that Discord if you'd like to see those drawings, and if you'd like to share your drawings in there as well. Okay. Who do we have? Just head count. Do we have anybody first timer? Somebody new here? Let's see. Because I'm going to pull something up real quick. I know a lot of you guys have seen this. Right? Let me actually start with this. File, new. Okay. Who's new? Galaxy of Moses. My special someone. I know you are new here. I'm very happy that you're here. I'm going to try to make it extra fresh for you. Okay, let's see. For the other Moses in the chat. Okay, let's see. Oh, can I make this bigger, please? There we go. I know I ask this every time, but do you guys think it's time for me to draw a better version of this? Or is this like... Am I, like, stuck in my ways because this is kind of classic at this point? Or, like, should I make, like, a new one? Like one that looks a little bit nicer? This is canon, the OG. It is the OG, so I guess, like... Yeah, maybe I should make a better one. Don't talk about Beetle Club. New cam border first. The commandments are fine, IMO. Oh, God. You know, it's funny. I actually just adjusted this cam border because some of you guys who've been watching, you know that I had, like, the widescreen layout. And then I, I just, like, shrunk it here. And when I just made it again, I was just like, I really need a better border. This one is kind of a little too stinky. The cam border stays. Have you considered drawing the Moses holding the stone tablets? Yeah, I think it's time to probably draw a new one. This one is very special to me. Maybe there's a way that I can still incorporate some of what's in here, like the special guy in the new one. But I think it's every time I pull this up the last few weeks, I'm kind of like, I really threw this together like right before the first ever stream. And I think I probably could make a better one. Maybe I'll wheel out a new one soon. Oh my god, we received a level 2 hype train emote. Huh. What is it? How do I share it? Choo choo. Share. Chew. Freaking chew. You're looking fresh today, Beetle? Thank you. Thank you. New all-time record. Couldn't have done it without you guys. 65%. It says level 4. That's freaking crazy. Oh my god. 14 subs is like out of control. Out of freaking control. Thank you so much. Dude, I freaking love you guys. Okay. Let me run through these commandments real quick. I know a lot of you guys have heard this time and time again, but for the new people, I gotta just go through it, alright? We got Galaxy of Moses here. They just subscribed, so I gotta give them the full experience, okay? Here we go, alright? These are the Beetle commandments. Number 1, because this is a drawing class, you're gonna draw with me, alright? Don't be too hard on yourself, alright? So when you finish the drawing, or even as you're working through it, I just don't want to hear anything that's like, my drawing sucks, I suck at art, I never should have picked this up, whatever. Sorry, guys. Sorry for my bad art or something. Luckily, nobody's really said it. I haven't actually, I think because I make mention of it every episode, nobody's really done that. But if I see it, I'm going to pull the commandments out on you, alright? We are just doing this for fun. The whole point of this stream, and the only thing that I want you to take away from this, it's not even really important to me. I mean, it is, but it's not really even important to me that you take away, like practical skills from here, because I don't know if I'm really good enough of a teacher to give you those pieces of information. Maybe, hopefully you are taking something away, but what I really want you to take away is that drawing is fun. Okay, drawing is fun. You should draw, even if you're not a career artist. It's really cool to sit down and make things with your hands. I think it's good for your brain, okay? It's good for your soul, and you should not be too hard on yourself, okay? Just do it for fun. Do it for you. Don't do it to impress anybody else, alright? And especially, it feels like every freaking day, I am seeing more and more... I don't even want to go down this road, but I gotta make quick mention of it. I'm seeing more and more people on art Twitter, right? I know you guys see me posting and bitching about art Twitter, okay, a lot. I'm really not trying to sound like a crotchety old you-know-what. But... holy shit, guys. Why is art Twitter so fucking whiny? Oh my god. Shake it off, guys. Shake it off. When I see shit like that, I see every fucking day there's another thing about, like, how terrible it is to be an artist. That you're gonna die alone and penniless and insane, and there's not, and because of AI art, and because the industry sucks, and because of blah 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 wah wah wah. Shut up. When I see that shit, it drives me up the fucking wall. And it's like, yes, a lot of that is true, okay? It is not easy to be a career artist. Wah, 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 wah. All I see when I read shit like that is people who are just at the very, very beginning of their artistic journey. That they're thinking about starting art. And then they see a whole new hashtag. Oh my god. Art is like a knife in my chest because I can't make any money and because I'm blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm sorry that's true for you. But holy crap, can we please pull it together? I never see any positive discourse about art. The only time that I see positive discourse about art is because, and no shade to these movies, but like when a movie like Puss in Boots or the new Spider-Man movie, which were both phenomenal, when those come out and a big studio actually does something that's like artistic and not so smooth brain, people are like, oh my god, look at this looks amazing. Yeah, it does look amazing. But can you please keep that same energy just about, like, not just industry shit? They should be doing that. They got fucking billions of dollars to throw at that shit. It's these artists that are like small and just trying to like, you know, bring some spice to their life, and I just see them like shriveled up and dead on on Twitter. Our Twitter sucks, man. It's literally it's like 0.01% the coolest people on the internet, and the rest 99.9% are just the cringiest whiner babies. I'm really not trying to sound like a boomer here, guys. Anyway, did I make my point clear? Anyway, let's move on before I just like I'm like red in the face. Okay, number 2, go at your own pace. When I'm drawing along, I'm gonna go really slow. I'm gonna try to explain everything piece by piece so you guys can draw along with me. Okay, but sometimes I go too fast. Sometimes I don't explain anything right. You know, don't explain anything right. If that's the case, or if you feel like you're not grasping something, or you're falling behind, I'm watching the chat. A lot of people have joked that the chat is the main character on this stream. So I'm watching the chat, and don't be shy, okay? You can say that you need me to run back over something, and I'll happily go back and do it again for you, all right? Go at your own pace. And number 3, try new things. It's how you get better. What I'm going to tell you we're going to draw today, I don't want anybody to feel discouraged because they're like, you know, like, oh, I've never drawn that before. I don't know if I can do that. But especially on days off, if you're like, I want to draw a gorilla doing a kickflip on a skateboard, or even honestly, I had to follow my own advice because when this Return to Monkey comic that I just posted like an hour ago, that one in my head, I was like, I don't know if I should draw that one. It's like the paneling will have to be dynamic. It's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I don't know if people are gonna like get it or it's gonna click with anybody. Yeah. But I was like, I gotta follow my own thing. I gotta follow my own, you know, like credo here, which is that if you have that feeling that you're like, I'm not sure if I'm good enough to do this, you absolutely should sit down and do it. Okay, because that's how you get better. And I know I've said this a million times, so I'm sorry for sounding like a broken record, but if you're like, I want to draw a gorilla doing a kickflip, but I've never drawn a gorilla, and I don't know how to draw somebody doing a kickflip, dude, look up a reference. Look up a reference photo of a gorilla. Look up a reference photo of somebody doing a kickflip. Sometimes I go to YouTube, and I watch a video of somebody doing a kickflip, and I screenshot it, like at moments that look cool, and then I go back and use that screenshot to use as like a reference kind of when I'm drawing it. And I promise, the first time that you draw something new, like a gorilla, okay, you're going to need a reference. You're going to draw along with it, and you might feel like it came out a little bit wobbly, but you're like, okay. The second time, you're probably still going to need a reference, but you're going to draw it, and you're going to be like, damn, this actually came out pretty good. And the third time, you won't even need a reference. It'll be in your bag. I guarantee it. But the first step is taking that first step to try something new, okay? All right. Those are the commandments. If anybody gets kind of, you know, doom and gloom in the chat, I might whip them out again. Okay. Let's take a look here. The monkey comic is powerful. That's a very nice mindset to have. You learn skill gorilla. It's true. Can I get a refund if it takes me until the 4th try? Yes. You can get a refund. Okay. Here's what I thought we would draw today, just because I think it would be funny. I liked drawing. I just drew this in a comic. I thought it was funny, and I think you guys might think it's funny too. I was thinking we could draw Dobby, like how I just drew him in that last comic from Harry Potter. I was thinking of drawing him like dripped out, but maybe you guys can give me recommendations of what he is wearing. So I figure the first thing we'll do is just draw like Dobby's face, so you guys can get like an idea of what that looks like, and then we'll do like the actual drawing of him dripped out. Do you like that? A gold sock chain? That's hard. That's very hard. Let's let me pull up a reference photo of that real quick. Wait a minute. Okay, let's look up Dobby. Those stupid red rubber boots. That's so good. We should absolutely put him in that. How do I calibrate pen on display tablet? It depends how off it is. There, like, I have trouble with this one every time. Sometimes when I go to my, I have to actually go to my settings and adjust things. Let me just pull up this. Let me right click this. Sometimes I have to go to my settings and adjust it on display. But also, if you're using, I noticed that there was a setting in Clip Studio that I had to adjust to get it, like, it was like off by like a couple centimeters, and that helped me do it. There was like a box that I had to uncheck that was like use window something. I'm sorry, I know that's not very helpful, but sometimes I have to actually like save it. Right, downloads. Sometimes I actually have to whoops, like actually adjust things on my settings, because if I'm drawing here but the mouse is on my computer screen, it's weird. All right, let's see here. Okay, import image. I just want you guys to be able to see Dobby because we're gonna draw him. No, that's not it. Wait, where's Dobby? That's not it. Didn't this just happen? That I tried saving something and it didn't work? Alright, forget it. I don't know what's going on with Clip Studio. It's kind of goofy like that. That's okay, though. Let me just make this screen really small, and we can pull it up as necessary. Okay. Whatever. Alright, you guys get the idea. There he is. Alright, so the thing is with Dobby, he's got these ears. He's got this long nose. He's got big eyes, and he's got no chin. And he's very slender. We're going to just draw. I'm going to show you how I draw him so we can hit some like notes. So that when we're drawing him dripped out. The outfit from the Clockwork Orange. I'm back. What is we doing? Maybe Dobby like a scene girl from the 2000s. Oh, that's good. That's good. This is the most exciting art class ever. Also notice Dobby has no eyebrows. Okay. I thought that was interesting when I was drawing him. And he's also very wrinkly. He looks almost old. He's got like old person skin. Okay, I'm going to minimize this real quick. These are the important notes. Okay. I'm back. What is we doing? We're going to draw a dripped out Dobby. Alright. We're going to start with the eyes. Okay, he's got big eyes. Oh. By the way. Alright. All you're going to need for this class is a pen and paper. Alright? Pen and paper. If you also have a pencil with an eraser, it might help you through some parts, like when he's actually posed up. Alright? But, you just need a pen and paper. Alright? And I know there's somebody who's watching right now that was thinking, you know, I don't think I'm going to draw along. I'm just going to listen today. I would love if one of those people, and you know who you are, I would love if one of those people decided, you know what, I am going to draw. Go grab a pen and a piece of paper. All right, draw along with us. Please. Please. All right. Circle. But actually, even when I'm drawing this, it's not a perfect circle, okay? I'm drawing it slightly smushed. Okay, this would be like, you know, a perfect circle, or it's like a little bit taller. I want it a little bit smushed like that, okay? Makes him a little bit less surprised looking. All right, here's another one. Big eye. Kind of this oblong. It's almost weird to call it an oval. And then he's got, this is how I draw these like shiny eyes. Okay, little circle. Almost looks like a olive with a pimento. And then a circle around it. This is his pupil. Okay. Remember, this doesn't have to be perfect right now, because this isn't going to be our actual drawing. I just want to get through some important notes. His eyebrows are actually these like curvy fleshy bits. Oh, my mod is in the chat. Nobody say anything you're gonna regret. Okay, because he's watching. He's watching. Alright. He's got these wrinkles around his eyes because he's very old looking. Armed and dangerous. He's got a long, curvy nose. Alright, long, pointy, which is like a J shape. And it comes all the way back up here. You can actually just put it with his nostril comes out like that. And another one on that side. Germa? This doesn't look anything like... That's like my favorite thing about the Germa fandom is because like people insert him into like like what? Where? You guys just see him everywhere. Okay, he's got a Germa posting. Straight line. Moses, do you have a preferred method of shading with pencil? I don't, because I don't really do shading. I almost never do shading by hand these days, which is actually something I'd like to grow out of. Like, even with the... Well, what I mean is not by hand. That's probably not a good way of explaining it. But some of you guys who have been watching for a while already know this. Some of you guys don't. But I draw all of my comics on actual paper, right? Like I draw an analog, I guess you would say. Here's like the alien one. All right, and then I basically scan it like through using my phone, and then I color it digitally. So, oh, you know what's a great example? You know how we were just talking about a gorilla doing a kickflip, and I was saying I watch YouTube videos and screenshot moments. I drew this one up forever ago that was a Krav Maga panda, and these are all screenshotted moments from a YouTube video. Like that was what like most deadly Krav Maga moves. I use that all the time because sometimes Google Images is not. You just don't find what you're looking for. Here's the Garfield one, the OG drawing. Garfield in the Matrix. So the shading, I like to do the line work just like that, like with ink and pen, with like my little micron, beep, and then move it to my iPad, and then I color it in on the iPad. That's where most of my shading happens. And the thing is, the benefit about digital work is you get a do-over. You know what I mean? If I don't like the way something's looking, I go back and do it again. Sometimes if there's something that's especially daunting that I'm not sure if I'm going to draw right, you know, on paper, I'll save it to do it on digital because I know I'll get a do-over. So to answer your question, I don't really have like a method these days of actually like shading things. I just do it digitally pretty much, which what I do is it's kind of a peek behind the curtain. I do it on Procreate, and when I'm using my brush, like for example, I'll be using a brush, and I'll bring the opacity. I know you can't see this because the chat's blocking it, but I bring my opacity down when it's black, and I put it over whatever I'm shading. There you go. Now instead of finding whatever color that it needs to be, a little bit of a cheat code. Not great color theory necessarily, but for what I'm doing, it's fine. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this. Sorry about sounding sniffly, guys. Notice Dobby has like no chin, right? He's got a very long pointed nose, no chin. Cheeks are kind of this, he's got this like sort of like protruded snout area a little bit. Wrinkles. Okay. Side of the head, bring it up, bring it up. Very shallow top of the skull. And then the ears are the most important part. I love the Garfield comic. OMG, I'm gonna get a print of it when I get paid. I don't know if I still have any of those. I might be sold out of those. But, by the way, well, I'll show you guys this in a sec. Let's finish the ears real quick. This is the most important shape, okay? Because the thing is that when we're drawing Dobby and he's dripped out in something, you may not have. Do you want? I can check in a sec. I'll check to see if I have any. No matter what Dobby is dripped out in, the giveaway, like so people know that it's Dobby, is the ears. Really, I mean the nose too, but the ears are very important. I think as like a giveaway. And I think when I went to draw him and I looked up a reference, remember I said, first time I draw something, I'm always pulling up a reference. When I went to draw it, I was actually surprised at what they looked like because I thought that he had ears that were almost like pointy like this, but they're not. They're actually they actually curve down. It's actually probably a bit big, but side down, come up a little bit, and then they loop around like that. This is like an S at the bottom here. Same thing on the other side. Curve down, up, S. Okay. Then I use a line to connect, so this looks like his inner ear. C and C. See how I did that? So this is the basic of Dobby, and then honestly you can add more wrinkles to him because he's quite old looking. Which is also, this is a very, I think, valuable skill when you're drawing faces. I love adding these little details of wrinkle lines. Even if it's somebody that's not old, sometimes you add one or two of these and it adds a little bit of like expression to the face. Do you want me to show you what I mean? Let's see. Well, here's what I was going to show you real quick. Let me just show you something. All right? Alright, I hate to self-plug on a stream. You guys have been great. You're very supportive, okay? I just want to... It's very late here, so I'm going to hop off for now. Good luck with drawing and dripped out Dobby, everyone. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you. Get a good night's sleep. I got to just plug real quick. Hopefully you can see it on camera. I know it's a bit bright, but I have these very fresh cardstock prints of the Dobby comic. I have one of the Sleep Paralysis Demon with the cookies. And I have them of Spider-Man with his butt cheeks pressed up against the window. They're really nice. They got a nice like matte finish on them. They're signed. And if you order one, alright, they come with very limited. I actually only have like 10 of these left, I think. These Beetle Moses Batman stickers, which are like 4x4. Alright, these are coming for free with a print when you order them. Alright, signed print with the sticker. You know, if you leave a little message for me, I'll probably throw something extra in there for you too. But I gotta plug it. Alright, they're up there. That is at beetlemoses.bigcartel.com, which is also linked in my Twitter bio. And I think it's actually linked on Twitch here too. You can see that. Do I have any space themed ones? I'm sure that I do. I'm sure that I do. I gotta think about it. I really have a lot of prints. I have one of like an alien. Let me think about that. I know that I definitely have something space themed. But I definitely have a lot under the sea, bugs. Some of them are sold out, but if you check out my site, I have a lot of good ones on there. I'd love to send some out to you because some of they're kind of just burning a hole in my pocket. All right. Anyway, let's make him dripped out. Okay. Here we go, guys. Hungry caterpillar devouring earth, all-time fave. Oh yeah, I definitely need to make more of those because I don't think that I have any on hand. I'll double check, but I might have those. You got to check my website. I have a lot, honestly. I got like a pretty big like inventory right now. Dobby looks like he's got war trauma. All right, here's the next thing we're gonna do. Okay, to pull up. Now we know what Dobby looks like, right? Hopefully you guys drew along with that. Even if you didn't, that's okay. But now what we need a reference of is we want somebody posing, okay? Like a fit pic. How would I Google this? How would I Google this? Fit pic. No, not like that. What's that guy in the like Newport matching set clothing? Like fit? Do you know what I'm talking about? That picture of Joe Biden where he's wearing that. No, fucking hell, man. Dude, Bing. I fucking hate Bing. Do you know honestly who I was looking at? These are the pictures that I was looking at. Not these pics, but I went on to Joey's Instagram. There we go. Joey. I went onto his Instagram and he had a lot of pics of him posing like that, like really funny, like this. Which is like perfect for fit pic style. Like he does like crazy stuff like that, like total drips. Google Newport menthol drip. This is not even gonna work. See, that's a perfectly good search and it's still not working, man. What is this? Let's see. I'm trusting you. Oh, here we go. Slim fit jeans. Previous page is sending you. Okay. Is it gonna load? Joe Biden Newport fit. Tweeter. Hang on, I gotta make sure that just block if there's any my chat windows open. Here we go. Yeah. That's a great. How the hell did you find this? Let me get rid of this. Ugh, Twitter loads so fucking slow on here. Okay, but we get the idea. Let's just close out of that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to make this easier. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up some of the pictures that I had here, and we're gonna use, and I'm gonna draw what those looked like. Here we go. Oh my god, this fucking guy. Okay. Perfect reference photo for what I was looking for, right? I think the actual reference photo that I used for the Dobby drawing was this one. Okay. Which was great, but I think we want something that's actually going to show off his face a little bit better. So this one, I think this one's pretty good because this will really help us see the full fit, right? Although I do also like him holding up the hood. Have I ever paid someone if I have a really specific reference photo? That has not happened. Oh, this is kind of drippy. I think I pulled this one up already. I've never had to pay somebody to do a reference photo for me. I have done a position myself, like if I needed something that was like really specific, or I know I mentioned on the last, I do this all the time that like, if somebody's doing something with their hands that I need like an image and it's like specific, like they're either holding an object or something, I will usually like take a photo of my own hand doing that thing so that I can draw along with it. But no, I've never had to pay someone to do like an actual reference. I will say it's funny you mention it. There's a graphic novel idea that I've been sitting on for a really long time that I finished writing. The story's done. And I would love to actually make it a graphic novel, but it would be a huge undertaking because it's a long story. And I would want it to look really good, you know, because it's kind of been like my baby for a little while. And I toy with the idea a lot of actually doing like sort of a photo shoot for like all of the stills that I would need in the uh let me read. You've read it, dude. I think you've read it actually. But I would need to probably take photos of people like doing all this stuff to keep it to just because it for my own conscience I would want it to be looking really good. Okay, let's use this photo of Joey. I'm gonna draw this real quick. I'm gonna draw. Here's how it's gonna look. It's got a head, and also remember Dobby's got a big head. The shoulders are at a slight tilt. Oh, by the way, what I'm drawing here, guys. Okay, I know I mentioned to some of you, if you have a pencil handy, okay, this is what I usually do when I'm drawing somebody in a specific position. And even though this is a really casual position, I think it really helps almost always to sketch out the stick anatomy of what I'm drawing first. Then I go over it with the pen with my actual Dobby drawing, and then I erase the pencil. If you don't have if you don't have a pencil, if you only have a pen, you could do this just really light, you know what I mean? So you can just use it as like a guide. But this is like game changer, all right? Game changer. Let me actually move this up slightly. Okay? Almost always do this. His hips are like here at like a tilt. Beetle Moses, do you listen to BLP Kosher? Buddy, I just saw the man live. You kidding me? And if you follow me on... Yeah, I could tell that story, actually. If you follow me on Instagram, you might see that I have a... dude, this guy's crazy. BLP Kosher is a Jewish South Florida rapper. Okay, I'm Jewish and South Florida. But I'm not a rapper. He's up and coming. I would say he's actually, like, on the fucking rise right now. And I just saw him at the Revolution in Fort Lauderdale. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you might see in my bio there I have a page of my paintings there too, which I've started like offloading because you know it's like it's different, like it's different stuff. A lot of them are old, but I had done a painting of BLP Kosher. Real ones know about Toasty Patel. That's a deep cut. How the hell do you know about that? We've made too much mention of that. I have to delete everything from the internet. But anyway, I did a painting. I use acrylic paints. I did a painting, really little, of BLP Kosher. Because he's kind of small. I started following him on Instagram. He showed up in my recommended feed. And he had like 20, he was like sitting at like 20,000 followers ish. And I just thought he was hilarious. So I was like, oh dude, I gotta follow this guy. By the way, you see how I'm just drawing this like stick figure? I'm also just arms overlapping. This. Whoops. He was small time, dude. In that time, since I started following him, look, very simple stick figure, but I think the devil's in the details. And then look what I do. Bring the opacity way down just so you can barely see it. And we're cooking. All right, now I'm on a new layer, and I'm going to draw my actual Dobby over the skeleton that we built, okay? Anyway, now BLP Kosher is sitting at fucking, like, I think like 200,000 followers. He's absolutely blown up. He's like trending on TikTok, like all this crazy crap. And he looks insane. Instead of the like payas that like Jews have, like Orthodox Jews, he literally has 2 wicks like Kodak Black has, like coming out of his head, and like gold teeth and all this crazy stuff. And he's actually a good rapper. I think he needs some better beat selection, but it's mostly just like his image that's just very evocative. And anyway, which is why people love him. And so I figured this dude's hilarious. And I love seeing just like a Jew rapper. I don't know. It's just funny to me. It's like, it's cool. And and nobody's doing that like what this guy's doing. So I figured, let me go to this show. I really want to go. The tickets were cheap. He's up and coming. Who knows? What if this guy's the next like Kodak Black or some big, like rapper that all of a sudden becomes like an overnight sensation. And the next time I have the opportunity to see him live, he's like touring with Drake or some crazy, you know what I mean? You never know. Let me see him while he's really small. And I was like, I'm going to paint a little picture of him, which I have right here. But you can also see a better quality image of it on that. It's Beetle.paints on Instagram. But I did a painting of him, just like that. But I specifically made it small because I wanted to be able to slip it into an envelope, bring it in with me to the show, and I figured since he's kind of like small time still, I would be like, yo, dude, I love what you're doing. I made this for you. Here you go. Like just a gift. You know what I mean? Present. Anyway, dude, I went to this freaking show. There were more like Jewish Zoomers there than you have ever seen in one place. Like my mind was blown. Like I thought it was gonna be, like a lot of, I thought it was going to be like, a good amount, like a good turnout. Dude, it was like popping off. Like insane. First of all, I felt old. Like I felt like I almost had like 10 years on everybody that was in that audience. Dude, there were kids in the audience. They had brought like an Israeli flag that they were like unfurling and holding up like an Israeli flag. Kids were throwing their yarmulke on the stage. I swear to God, I've never seen anything like it in my life. And when BLP finally came out, there were a couple opening acts, and when he finally came out, I wonder from time to time, I'm like, do these guys who okay, take a look at this guy, right? He looks insane, right? You'd think this dude has got to be so confident and assured of you, to walk around looking like this, you have to have a certain level of just I just do not give a fuck, right? I mean, I love it. But I still have to wonder sometimes. I'm like, I wonder if these guys that look so crazy, if they get if they still get nervous before they get on stage. You know what I mean? Is it gonna be weird, or is he gonna feel tense before he gets on stage? Dude, when this kid walked out there, first of all, they were BLP Kosher, he's from this area. He's from Fort Lauderdale, but this is the first time that he's actually doing a show in Fort Lauderdale, and we sold out, which is amazing. And when BLP Kosher came onto the stage, I thought the kid was gonna have a heart attack. He was he looked all of the color drained from his face. He saw how many people were in the audience and were screaming and freaking out. And I was like, oh my God, this dude is panicking right now. But you could tell he was just shocked at how many people were there. Can you imagine feeling going from not being recognized anywhere, and then overnight you do a show in the place that you're from, and it's a sold out show of I swear there had to be minimum 500 people. And it was a small venue. And minimum. And so which was heartwarming in a way, because also this was also my thought, because I was thinking South Florida has a lot of Jews, and first of all I was thinking this kid's manager is probably kicking themselves. They're like, why did nobody think of this before? Because South Florida has this crazy scene for rappers that look insane and act crazy, like Kodak Black. Like Kodak Black and his crew, it's almost like it's like alien. Like their style, the way that they dress, the way that they rap, like it's so different. I love Kodak. I know he's kind of like problematic, but I love that guy. Part of it is because he's from where I'm from. But that's just the South Florida like rap scene. There's really nothing else like it, and maybe you can't really appreciate it unless you're really from here, maybe. But I love it. And then they must have been like, the fact that there's so many Jews here, how did we not think to prop up a kid that looks like this, like a Jewish kid, to do exactly that? There's such an insane market for it right here, and they were all in this building. And the last thing was, I also was just thinking, like, it actually is kind of crazy that all just this year, like, that whole Kanye West shit just happened, you know, like just earlier this year, or like late last year. And like probably a lot of these kids who were like hip hop heads, really into rap, really into Kodak Black, really into Kanye, probably felt really weird and out of place. Kind of myself included. I'm a little older, so I'm not so affected by shit like that. But like, you know, it's like, damn, that sucks. Like somebody who I really admire as an artist doesn't like who I am as a person. And now I almost feel like I need to kind of like, where do I put myself? Where does that put me? You know? A lot of these kids that are like young and impressionable, they've attached themselves to this culture, and then to feel like not only Kanye West, but a lot of people that were around him were kind of like, you know, making them feel bad about who they are. It's terrible. It's terrible, right? It's terrible. And then it sounds so ridiculous, but to see this kid walk onto the stage and for them to be like not only do we have a place in the rap community, but like we have one of the weirdest, craziest, out of control dudes. And like just to feel that like representation it was crazy. It must have been crazy for a lot of those kids, and I think that's why they loved him. And it was like almost like wholesome, like, which is crazy that I had that experience at this BLP Kosher show. I never would have thought in a million years that was going to be my experience there, but it was like, it was crazy. And yeah, I wish that guy the best. I would have loved to. We actually did, like, if you see on my Instagram, the other thing is that I know some kids that they've met him because they work in the producing studio that he records some of his music. And so I posted my art, and one of my friends reached out to their friend who it was like BLP Kosher's manager, and they got in touch with him, and then he ended up commenting. He like saw my post and then like commented on it and was like, "Yo, you crushed it," or something like that. And I was like, "Dude, I want to give it to you. Let me hand it off to you," but I haven't heard from him. So I'm like, whatever. But I know he's probably a busy guy. I'm sure his DMs are blowing up all over the place. You know, what are you gonna do? Beetle, do you have any good rules of thumbs for drawing body proportions? You gotta eyeball it. I would definitely say like what I just did, using that picture of Joey as a reference. This is, by the way, so you can just see side by side. This was the reference that I used. It helps. It helps to use a reference photo. Okay. Here's the picture of Joey, and this is how I deduced it into a little stick figure. I think the important thing was getting his neck tilted slightly forward here. But honestly, I wouldn't get too caught up in body proportions necessarily. You'll be able to eyeball it with more practice, and I think some people actually draw themselves into a corner a little bit when they get too obsessed with anatomy, and you lose a little bit of that kind of like the fun, like the motion of it. So I've honestly, like, I know there are like books and things that you can pick up that are like, if you draw everything in this book from front to back, by the end of it you'll be literally a master of anatomy. And I've toyed with getting something like that, but I'm also like, you know, some of that stuff, a lot of you guys are early in your art like journey, so I don't want to discourage you from doing stuff like that. It is extremely useful, but I'm almost like, I don't want to learn something and then lose that little lose my happy thought. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I think people get a little bit too focused on making things look really real, but you should really just focus on making things look like you're drawing. Does that make sense? Anyway, have I talked enough? Why don't we start drawing this? All right. I think he needs a hat. Okay, we're going to start with the head. And he needs a hat for sure. So what kind of hat? Let's start with that. Let's vote. What kind of hat should he be wearing? I'm thinking like a flat brim. What do you guys think? All this design got me drip. I picked up a book about portrait drawing from the 60s and it helped with my faces. That's great. A fedora? That ain't drip. We need like... I mean, a fedora is funny. Supreme hat. Let's draw... Okay, let's start with... I'm thinking it's gonna be a flat... Or like a baseball cap. So here's how we're gonna start it. Okay? It's a curve. This is the front of the brim. So look how it's kind of... I start it here in the sort of middle of the head. Okay, little line, divot in. And then notice how I do that. See how I drew that brim? I know I didn't explain that really well, but it's a curve. And then you want to get the inside of the brim as well. Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's a curve, line, no line on this side. Another curve bringing it around. And then I just made this little L shape to connect. Okay. Here's part of the hat. And then I like to draw these like big sort of flat brim hats. Kind of boxy. You could draw it round too, but I'm giving it kind of like up, slight curve, slight curve, slight curve. So it almost looks like an octagon, like half an octagon. Oh, my throat is killing. We're going to get the ears now, okay? Or just this ear. So remember how we drew it last time? It was curved down. Might be too big of a curve. Curve down. And then it's this S shape. Up and over. I think you should be wearing shades too, right? What are some crazy shades? Slotted shades? Yeah, those are drippy. I was even thinking like pit vipers, but those are crazy too. Tiny circular. Have you seen the Joe Burrow shades from last year? Oh, pit viper. Give me those. Give him the pit viper shades. Are those the same as the Joe Burrow shades? Oh my god, I'm gonna need a tissue in a sec, guys. Hold up. Unbelievable how slow this Twitter runs when I'm doing OBS at the same time. What the hell is this? These are drip, bro. Ooh, I kind of like those. Oh, the Cartier frames? Yeah, that's sick. Okay, I think that's actually the move. All right. Here's how we're going to do it. Watch this. From where the ear connects to the hat, straight line. Oops. At like a slight diagonal, I guess. Give it a little lip in. And a straight line to connect. Watch what I'm doing. See this? L shape. Okay, I'm drawing this like rectangle up to here, but don't connect. Not yet. Because he's got these little... The nose bridge. Oof, that is fucking drippy, bro. Now we got to draw the nose. All right, that forces us to get right to the nose, because the other part of the shades is going to be tucked behind there. So I'm kind of working my way back. See what I mean? Because of the angle, his nose needs to go here, and then the glasses are going to be, see that, behind the nose. So he's got a very long pointed. You see how I did that? Curve down, back up, and then just add that little nostril. And now we can add the other frame, which is at the same angle. This nose looks like a boot. It does look like a boot. Drawing this other rectangle, but just add the little divot on the other side to make them look designer. Okay. So I added that, his little forehead there. All this design, it got me drip. Okay. He's got these really big cheekbones. His mouth is right there. I don't want to breeze through this too much, but he's got this little, I drew this little mouth. I'm making it so his lip just connects to his nose. Little curve. And then I'm mirroring the cheekbone. Now watch this. I'm going to draw a line. Am I going too fast, guys? I know it was like, this is like a complicated area. We're drawing his face at a complicated angle is really what it is. How are you guys holding up? I know sometimes the chat gets quiet and it's just because everybody's like focused on the drawing. How are we looking? Solid? Little too fast. Okay, a little too fast. Do you need me to go back on everything? Or you just need a minute to catch up to where we're at right now? Locked in? Special dedication. Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh my God. Sass Comics gifting a tier 1 sub to J Schmaltz 69. Thank you, Sass Comics. Sass is back. Sass is back and healing from a little car accident. I'm glad you're doing all right. Thank you for coming back to the stream. I'm glad that they were one of the winners of our special cat drawings from, I think it was that the last stream or 2 streams ago? It's either last stream or 2 streams ago. Somebody got the cat drawing last stream. Yeah, that was lit. And they sent me that they got the drawing arrived safe and sound. That was fun. Sass is back. Yeah, take your time to catch up. 2 streams ago. I think it was 2 streams ago. Because it feels like a while ago. We should do something like that again. I don't have anything planned right now. But we'll do something. Hola, papi. Beetle Moses. What? What's going on? Fati Sadia. 08. I like your little icon next to your name. How'd you get that? What's going on? Alright, let's keep going. Ready? He's got a tiny little jaw area here. I just drew a little L. Everybody still follow along. And watch what I'm doing here, alright? Alright? I got a curvy line that's coming straight from where the nostril starts. This is like when you're drawing, for example, when you're drawing an old person. Okay, here's their face. How do you make somebody look old? Okay? You add some wrinkles. Add some wrinkles and you're going to add some hair also. Okay? Where do the wrinkles go? Well, good question. The main one that you always want to hit is the one that goes from, it's the smile lines, right? So it's from the nose to the mouth. Corner of the nose to the corner of the mouth. You've got the ones just under the eyes. And you've also got the cheekbones. Forehead wrinkles, I would say, are the last one. Probably the least important, but you can add those too. And then if you really want them to look decrepit, you can really add and make it look like they're gaunt by putting a line under there. See how this person went from being young to old? And then you can add some balding hair. Now this person looks crazy old. Dobby is like, what is he, like 900 years old? Get rid of this guy. That is what happens when you don't wear sunscreen. I'm really bad about that, TBH. I'm bad about it because I want to get tan. This is where this smile line is going for Dobby. So corner of the nose down. Let's do this. Let's not bring it all the way down, but to about here. Meet it where the cheekbone's at. Just between the cheekbone and the mouth. And then I'm just adding his little bottom lip there. Little lilt. Little facial anatomy masterclass. SPF 30. Always, dog. Alright. Let's give him an ear on the other side here. Just peeking out. Don't need to see too much of it, but just curve it. Just like that. What's the difference between SPF ratings? I got no clue. How does it work? I have no idea. That's a great question. I just know that if I put on something that's like 50 SPF, I come back from the beach looking exactly as pale as I was when I left. If I put on anything 30 or lower, I'm like Larry the Lobster. here we go. Dobby. Yeah, okay. What should he have on the hat? What do we think? Yankee with no brim. What's the logo? All this design, it got me drip. Oh, like a Hufflepuff logo? I know, I was thinking a sock. A sock. We could do like a Red Sox logo. Lost.jpg for the AR for Alan Rickman. Dang, that's tough. How the hell am I going to do that? Deathly Hallows symbol? That could be drip. That could be drip. I can't do Red Sox because I can't support Boston. Can't support a Boston fan base. How old am I? Take a guess. Based. Let's see. Alright, we can do the... What is it, Deathly Hallows? I don't want to do Deathly Hallows. Am I originally from New York? No. I did live in New York for like 5 years, but I'm from Florida. 59, that's right. No, I'm 28. I'm 28. Let's see, guys. You know, this is the first stream that we're doing since your Miami Heat. Oh, I like Foxy Grandpa. This is the first time since, ladies and gentlemen, your Miami Heat have been eliminated. It was a fun run. It was a fun run. Hey, yo, you're still drawing? Yeah, what you think I'm doing? It was a very fun run, alright? I can't be... I'm not, like, honestly... I'm not disappointed at all, because we were never supposed to get this far. We were never supposed to get that far. So, I'm not mad. And I'm not mad at all. And actually, the Nuggets happen to be my second favorite team in the NBA. They're extremely good. I fucking love Nikola Jokic. He's crazy. And he's hilarious. I just freaking love that dude. So when it was honestly my dream matchup that we even faced off against them. I was so like, I can't believe we're about to see some amazing basketball. But obviously, you know, I would have liked to see a Heat win, but I kind of had my expectations were, I would say, you know, reasonable, because what were those creativity cards you got off eBay again? Oblique Strategies. I have them right here. We haven't dusted them off in a while. Oblique Strategies. Should we use one? I think it's good if we use one closer to the end. But yeah, guys, anybody who hasn't seen these before, I haven't talked about them in a while. I haven't used them in a while. They've kind of been, they sit here on my desk, but I haven't had like a really bad creative block, thankfully, knock on wood, in a couple, knock on wood right now, couple weeks. It's been okay. But Oblique Strategies, all right? Brian Eno, famous musician. He's done a lot of work in a lot of different genres of music and styles of music. He and his friend Peter Schmidt, back in the 70s, when they were college students together, they designed a deck of cards that is supposed to help you think laterally, like solve a creative problem. Like if you have writer's block, or it's really like a lot of it is music focused, but just like if you're in a mental rut, it's a deck of cards and all of them say something that are supposed to inspire, or like make you think differently about the project, basically. So for example, here's like a random one that I just pulled up. It says, what would your closest friend do? But some of them just are like really abstract or like we this is one that we actually used on stream, which was use an unacceptable color. Or actually, I don't know if we use that on stream, but I was in a habit of periodically posting these in the Discord so that on off days you guys could have sort of like a very vague prompt, um, and try to draw your own thing. But I know that's hard for some people, especially when the drawing prompt is like very vague. But it does. It's a crazy deck. Maybe we'll use it like late in this drawing. Give him some grills there. Okay, let's. I always enjoyed your shape design. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Let's draw the next thing, which is going to be. Let's draw his hand. I think that's going to be helpful. Now, I know you guys, I'm always talking about hands are not very easy. But I promise you there's always a cheat code to make them look fresh, okay? Did you know he came up with the Windows 95 sound? I did not know that. That's awesome. The man's a genius. And anyway, it was actually somebody who I believe, because I mentioned it on stream, I actually had somebody message me because I didn't have these. I was talking about these on stream, and I was like, I would love to get my hands on them because they're no longer being printed. Like, there's not new ones that are in print right now. You have to get them secondhand. And a lot of them are really expensive, or they're kind of just hard to come by in general. And somebody messaged me on Twitter and was like, yo, I heard you talking about these. I have a really, like, a deck that I haven't touched in a long time. I'll sell it to you, basically. And they did. They sent them over to me, and now it's one of my prized possessions, which was awesome. One of my prized possessions. Very, very fresh. All right, let's draw a hand, and it's gonna be a little bit of an unusual design. All right, but we're gonna do it together. Watch me. Here's the wrist, right? Give him a little room. I'm gonna make this S, sort of a curve shape. Hang on, I don't like the way that came out. S. And while you're going, curve it back to here. Beetle fish. What does that mean? Okay. It's the thumb. One hot dog. Just a long C shape. AI tools take note. True. Alright. Just a little C shape or L shape knuckle. And do the same thing again. Knuckle. Alright. And then one more hot dog just peeking out from behind that one. Hot dog. And when you're done with that, you can bring it all the way down, curve it in, and that's it. How'd you guys feel about just drawing that? Best hand I've ever drawn. Let's go. Way better than most of my hands. Good. It's a weird position for a hand to be in. But actually, I do prefer hands like this where you're looking at them like dead on. Hands are harder when you're looking at them at an angle. Like, I had to use a reference for, you know, the one that I drew that was like the cute hands feel soft and squeaking. You know the feel like you drew it too big. Actually, I think you're good if you drew it big because Dobby has like very large hands and feet. So yeah, I think it's okay. But the oops. I think it's harder. Like the comic that I drew, this is what I was gonna say. The comic that I drew of the worm GF, where he's trying to enter a club, and the bouncer's like, "Yo, you need a girl to get in," and he's like, "I'm with my girlfriend," and he's holding the girlfriend like this. These hands, I had to look at a reference. I was like, "Dude, how the hell?" Because even though they're just flat, the fingers aren't doing anything. They're at like an angle, and when they're like tilted towards the camera, it's harder to make them look convincing. But this, because we're looking at it from a distance and just dead on, like flat, I actually think it's not so hard. It's the same shapes that we always use, right, for hands. The thumb is important, but then it's just C's and J's. C, J, C, J. I'm going to add a little pinky ring. Zoom out. He needs a watch, right? Make it kind of like an oval. He kind of looks like you. Oh my god, that's good. See how I did that, by the way? Hang on. Whoops, 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 whoops. Make an oval, and then just a little C in the oval to give it that dimension. Now we're looking at the side. Is that not anti-Semitic? No, I think that's Goofy Boy. She's being racist towards Goofy Boys because I do low-key dress like this. I did not take that as an anti-Semitic thing. Oh, you good. All right, let's see. So now, curve, straight line, another little curve. I'm going to draw the back of his wrist there. See that? Just a little connecting thing. And, oops. Actually, I'm making a little U shape here because we're going to make it so it's kind of hanging. See that? Little J, and then this wide U shape to connect. See that? Whoa. How you feel about that? Pretty good. All right, let's keep drawing. All right, we need to decide what's his fit look like right now, because that's going to dictate what the rest of his body is going to be shaped like. I am very hyped to see what your guys' drawings look like. This is a lot more like detailed than I thought it was going to be, honestly. But I hope that you guys have been following along okay, because I think that it's good. It's good to flex on some detail a little bit. Nike tracksuit, that's hard. I think a tracksuit is the move, honestly. That would be so fresh. He would look crazy with that. Oh, an immaculate suit and tie. Oh. Dang, I'm kind of like, I'm not sure, honestly. Entrepreneur. I drew my stick figure too small. Now the rest of this drawing is going rough. Well, the drawing is completely naked, just like his little fucking dick hanging out. Something about that is like really funny, but I don't think I can draw that. Not that I can't draw it, but I don't think I should draw it. If you drew your stick figure too small, I mean, you could still adjust it, you know? Like, if it's like... If you drew it in pencil, I would say you definitely still have time to fix it. But he's also small, so, like, it's okay if it's a little bit off. Brown leather jacket with the white fur collar. Oof. That would go hard, too. I'm probably going to need to pull up a reference for whatever we do here. So... I was also thinking like a puffer jacket. How'd you find the skin color for him? They're like slightly pinker. Like he looks more pink than like a normal human. So I pretty much went to like a fleshy tone, but then I dragged around the color wheel to make things a bit red, like towards red, just slightly. I think that'll be. Beetle, we made it. Let's go, Donna Brand. Local celebrity. Beetle Moses and Friends Discord celebrity, Dawn of Brand in the chat. Dawn! Yo, Dawn! Alright, real quick, guys. Finish up your drawing. Decide what we're going to do. I have to pee so bad, alright? Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay? 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. I have to pee, alright? Okay, we're back. I'm back. I lived, bitch. What's going on? Oh, wait, somebody subscribed while I was gone? Hang on a sec. Ho! Wait, what is this? I don't know how to say this one. I4MPSH4D33. Subscribe with Prime Gaming. Yo, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Lampshade. Lampshade. Got it. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I did not. That's awesome. Lampshade. Overalls. That's the move. Okay, this is the only thought that I had when I ran to the bathroom. Okay. I kind of want him to have a sling, like a bag on him, and I'm not gonna be able to see it if he's wearing anything that's like outerwear. You know what I mean? Yeah, like a fanny pack. Oh, I guess he could have a fanny pack even if he's wearing a jacket. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do the tracksuit. And then we'll give him some fresh, like J's. Let's do the tracksuit and a sling. Okay? I think that's going to be easiest for us to all draw along with, too. And I hope you know, guys, by the way, if you feel, you know, if you're drawing along at home and you are comfortable doing, you know, kind of flexing your skills, like doing something different, you should absolutely do that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to follow along exactly what I'm doing. All right. Here's how I like to do clothing. Let me zoom in slightly. I'm so congested. I'm sorry, guys. I must sound so gross right now. Little line, little line. Don't connect these. You see that? Drew a little curve. And then I draw clothing real foldy like. See how I'm doing that? Let it flow. Let the spice flow. Let the drip flow. It's way more interesting to draw clothing this way. See that? Flow. Folds. Okay. Oh, let me explain that part. You know, the tracksuits, when you zip them all the way up, they've got like a, what do you call it? Collar, almost like a turtleneck. So I'm kind of going to hint at that right here under his neck. I'm going to draw a little line. And just how I drew, see how I drew this kind of cuff? Do you see how that kind of evolved from looking like nothing to, that's where it's like when it tightens at your sleeve end on like an athletic wear? Howdy, yo, shout out Gumshoe. Shout out Gumshoe. Drop what you're doing. Follow them on Twitch. Right now, they have extremely fresh drawings. They're a better artist than I am. Seriously. And they have very fresh streams. Shout out Gumshoe. I loved the drawing that you just did of the Jinko jeans. How you doing, baby? Dude. I'm good. I'm a little sicky. I got a little bit of a cold, but I got some tea right here that I'm sipping on. Of course, it's gone cold, but it's all right. I'm trying to muscle through as long as possible. I've already been streaming for 2 hours. Kind of crazy. Time flies. Anyway, so collar. Okay, adding just a little divot here also. Yo, Beat, I finally checked my mail and opened my raffle winnings. Thanks for the loot. Let's go. Dawn of Bran. Dude, let's go. I'm glad you got it. Glad it arrived safe. And congratulations. You earned it. Gucci flip-flops. I think we can put them in some Gucci flip-flops. For sure. Okay. I'm going to draw this little zipper. Which is just this little rectangle and a line there. And another little line. Flip-flops with the socks. That is the move. And now we'll come back to this. It's okay. Just draw that little bit of the collar. I think what we want to do now, before we go any further, is we're probably going to want to draw that sling, like a bag. Because this is where it's going to go. So let's do that. All right, let's do that. Here's how that's going to work. Right at the hip. So just below the arm here. I'm going to draw something of a narrow, tilted, rounded rectangle. Okay. I'm so sorry for the sniffling. That is so gross, guys. I hope you can't hear it. And now we're going to finish this by finishing the rectangle, just like that. See how it's just like at a tilt like that? I can hear and see it. No! Definitely gonna have to put some designer logo on this for sure. Okay. And now, let me just use this layer. Just want to draw this. Yeah. I just used my pencil to make sure I liked where it was going before I drew it. I'm going to draw it slung across the body. Finish this little tracksuit. And make it hanging off of him like that. So I just was drawing the straps, and they're just meeting him at where his clothes start. See that? Alright, the next thing we're going to want to do is draw his other hand. Let me see what Joey is doing in his picture here. It's kind of just hanging there. So this is actually probably going to be a good challenge for a hand because it is like a little bit at a weird angle. Also, hands happen to be a bit tricky to draw when they're not doing anything. So let's zoom in. I'm going to keep this other hand in frame so we can kind of get a feel for the size staying the same. Ready, guys? Start with a rounded top. Okay, that's where his sleeve is meeting the hand. Strap and detail bag one more time. Yeah. I got you. How about, here, maybe I can keep everything in frame. I'll slow down. I want you guys all to be with me when we're drawing the next hand because I think it's going to be a little bit tricky to draw. I literally haven't. My desk needs to be cleaned up, but look, I still have the drawing that we did last week. Shrimpy Minaj. Loved the way you guys drew this one. Came out great. That one came out awesome. That one took longer than I was expecting too. It took us like the whole class to draw that thing. Shrimpy Minaj. Oh my god. First time tapping into the stream. Is there any etiquette for the chat? I don't want to be too annoying. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think there's any like. I could just pull up the commandments. Do you guys want to see that? Any late bloomers? There's not really any. I don't think there's too much being annoying going on here, but the latest bloomer. These are the Beetle commandments. All right, the only rules, commandments. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, we're just drawing for fun. Go at your own pace. So if I'm going too fast, you could let me know. I'll slow it down. And try new things. It's how you get better. So you shouldn't be discouraged from drawing something if you've never drawn it before. Do not mention Armenia. What? Okay, let's see. Where the hell is my mouse? There we go. Okay. Lampshade. Lampshade, you're a real one for jumping in and subscribing immediately. Goat behavior. How are we feeling about the strap bag? Can I move on to the hand? Are we all on the same wavelength? Looking good? All good. All right, let's get it popping. We're going to draw the thumb, which is just is a U shape, and it kind of curves at the end. Remember when you're drawing like a hand, it doesn't even really look like this in real life, but especially when you're when you're drawing in a cartoon, at least this is a cheat code that I use, is that at the base of the thumb I always add this little like cushion for the push-in. And here too. It just gives it like a little bit more character, and it kind of also blocks things out a little bit better. It's not like really proper anatomy. Like if you look at your hand, you probably don't really have something like that, but like I exaggerated a bit in my drawings just because it really kind of helps guide, like, okay, here's the thumb, and then the 4 fingers are all here. So even when I'm drawing them kind of like limp, I add just a little bit of little something, make it thick. I'm a loyal Instagram follower, just never had free time lined up with the stream before. Dude, I'm really glad you can make it. Thank you for popping in. I be hating on my Instagram most of the time anyway, because I don't post any hater shit on Twitter, really. Wait, I don't love how that came out. I save it for the gram. But I like to think people like it. Alright, let's draw this finger here. Line, curve back. Okay, it's basically a little L at a diagonal in the base of the finger. Just like that. Connect it with the thumb. And then the rest of the hand is actually very easy because it's just little L shapes peeking out from behind. Let's actually do this. Just like that. The fingers are mostly hiding because the hand is tilted towards the camera. It's not doing anything. And it's like I said, it's like sometimes drawing a hand when it's not really like doing anything is a little bit trickier for some reason, because it happens to be at an awkward angle and it's not something that you would focus on necessarily. How are we feeling about this one? Shouldn't worry about it too much because it really is not the focus of the drawing. I accidentally drew 4 fingers instead of 5, but we're thriving. Dude, I will take it. That's okay. That is okay. I'm going to start drawing the sleeve here. Alright? Little line up. Line up. Curve. Remember how the cuff link happens here? And this one's going to be especially foldy because it's kind of bunched at the bottom here. So I'm just drawing these L's and Y's kind of. And then a little trick that I like to do also for like folded clothing is adding this little hook shape. See how I give it like a little lip at the top there? It just gives it that extra like, oh, this bit is kind of like folded over. I knew my impulse purchase of a sketchbook would come in handy, dude. Don't even get me started. I have so many sketchbooks that I just impulse buy because I'm like, oh my god, I love it. This is like little size. I love this the shape of it. I love it. Like I seriously have way too many. And I really only use this one kind. Look at this. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm working on 5 right now. This is where I'm at right now. This is how Beetle Moses has been going. Kind of crazy, right? Let's look back at sketchbook 1. What was I doing back then? Oh, this was an underrated one. No labels. I just write that 1. I just literally numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing else really. I probably should have like more details, but this one I think I drew too early on, but I really liked it. I think like I might even repost this one. It probably needs a recolor, but it's like, I am the most powerful computer in the world. I can answer any question. And the guy's like, who cares? And he just starts, he like exploding. I like the way that one came out. I looked back at that one and I was like, oh, that's a funny one. I probably should. And I like this one too. The one where the cow comes down. And they're like, holy shit, Eric, you're back. What happened? And he's like, honestly, being abroad is something that you have to experience. I can't really explain it unless you've done it, because it's some bullshit like that. Oh my god. Horrible framing. Like, I would if this one I would totally redraw. Like, it's really not drawn well, but some of these are not very good. I also was kind of at this point, I was literally posting like 3 comics in a day at this point. I was just like cranking them out. So I think also a lot of them now are a little bit more like I take more time with them. Banger. Must post the cow. I mean, that cow one is so old. I mean, not so old. It only is like a year old basically is when I drew these, but they're buried now. I kind of would like to do a recolor or maybe a redraw some of these. Person like, say cheese, and then they're all just like Giga Chad. Yeah, that cow one came out funny. Maybe I need to do a redraw of that one. What else happened here? Oh, this is when I was kind of I was really trying to get a House of Decline retweet, which is funny because we're like, he's a friend of mine now. Which I did an appearance on his podcast. If you haven't listened to that one, we did a lot of talk about art. I was bitching more about, if you want to hear more of me bitching about art Twitter and how they're a bunch of like babies, I did a lot of it on the House of Decline podcast that he just posted. But at the time, we knew each other. We'd spoken a couple times, but like now we've talked a bunch. But I was really I would try to do a House of Decline tribute comic, and at this point he still does ones with dicks. But I did one where they're like, oh, he's like, sir, I'm afraid we must ask you to leave, and he's like, what for? And he's like, we have a dress code policy, sir, and he's like, how dare you? And he like whips it, like he's wearing this like dick as a scarf. It's so stupid. Anyway, let's see. So dumb. Oh, here's another dynamic paneling one that I did. Not really funny, but kind of interesting. I drew this like Nosferatu guy, and he's like peeking out of a sewer grate like he's getting ready to go out. Kind of like the way that one came out. I was also not coloring a lot of these. That was new. That's sort of a development. Let's see. Oh, and then this. Wait, let me see. This was one of the first ones that I drew that I was like, holy shit. I was on like, this one went. Sorry, we're kind of just reminiscing through the old ones, right? But this one went. At the time, I had never had something do numbers like this. Like I think it did like 60,000 likes or something on Twitter. It was the first time that I ever got that many likes on something, and I was like, "What the hell?" This one went crazy, and especially because it's like a weird idea. I don't know why this one at all, but it was. She's like, "You're so quiet and mysterious," and then they kiss, but in his mouth he's playing Pokemon. It says Horsey is evolving. He like has a Game Boy that he has in his mouth. Stupid. So many weird ones. Let's see here. Anyway. Oh, this was a good one. Wow, I can't believe I drew all these in the like first book. Honestly, there's some bangers in here. I can't even lie. They're in a crop field. And he's like, well, I've never seen anything like it. And he's like, what do you reckon it means, Sheriff? And then they're standing in a crop field and it just says D's nuts. Like the crop circle just says D's nuts. Anyway, that's enough of that. Some of these would be fun to like revisit, or like I might even do, I don't know, I might go back and like repost some of these at some point, but like they're old now. I mean, I like, if you think about it at the time, I don't even think I had like 10,000 followers. I probably had like 1,000 followers on Instagram, 10,000 on like Twitter or something like that. And so a lot of my followers that are like newer haven't actually seen them. But I also like I don't know. I don't love the idea of reposting old ones because it kind of feels like trite, but I don't know. Anyway, why do us Jews love puns so much? I don't know. They're so good. I watched Spaceballs again the other night just because I look like Rick Moranis. Such a good movie. Do you look like him? Oh my god. Beetle Moses' Book of Comics. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but some of my like online friends that I've met now, dude, shout out Rory Blank. He's awesome. Also, this guy Toonhole Chris. Shout out, amazing comic artists. Really, really cool guys. I talked to both of those guys because they had experience with like selling their own books, and I asked them like, do you think I should do that? I kind of have been toying with the idea, and they didn't discourage me, but they were kind of like, look, dude, if you're gonna do it, it's gonna be a labor of love because it's a lot of work, like to get it printed, to place the orders, to ship everything out. It's expensive and it's laborious, and at the end of it you like maybe break even considering the time that you like sunk into it. And so they were like, I don't know if that's really the best way to do it. So I would love to do that, but if I was gonna get something published, I really would prefer to have it done, I don't know how this works, but done under a publisher, like a company that could actually like help me, like with it. Ever reach out to Perry Bible Fellowship Comics? I believe we're mutuals. Like I think we follow each other, but we've never spoken. There's a lot of incredible like comic artists that sometimes I'm a little shy. I don't like reach out to people as quickly as I should. Like, I mean, I just got I got followed by the Odd Ones Out, who's like, that was a webcomic, and now they have like a show, and they're huge. They have like over 1 million followers on Twitter. Like, they've been around for a long time, and I followed them back. I was like, oh my god, never said anything. And then they just sent me a message. They were like, yo, my print just arrived in the mail. Thank you. And I was like, what the hell? You ordered? Like, obviously when they ordered it, it was like their real name. I didn't know they ordered anything. And I was like, what the hell? Dude, I would have fucking hooked it up. I would have sent you a bunch of extra crap. And they were like, next time. So nice. Like, I mean, dude, a lot of these people are just the nicest fucking people. But it's like, it's weird. I'm still so new to it that I almost feel a little bit like, am I really like in the club? Am I like, am I part of the scene yet, basically? But it's cool to get like, respect from some of these guys that have just been doing it like forever. Odd Ones Out is great. I used to watch his vids. Yeah, dude. And then now I'm just fucking sounding like I'm like a clout goblin. I'm really not trying to sound like that, but just some of the people that like I've just been so blessed with, like the Cyanide and Happiness guys. When those guys followed me on Twitter, and that was like kind of a while ago when I got the follows from like Chris and Rob and Dave, and like I have been reading Cyanide and Happiness from like forever ago, that I was just like when they followed me, I was like, that's crazy. Like that's crazy, because like they were one of the first, if not the first, webcomic people that I knew. Like, those guys basically like they wrote the book on webcomics basically. So like getting the follows from them, and like, if they retweet my stuff, or like we've like had some, I've like talked to like Chris a little bit. They're just the coolest guys, man. I love their depressing comic series. We actually talk about that, me and House of Decline, on that podcast that I was talking about. You should definitely peep that. Alright, guys. Let's keep going. Look, I'm making a little lip at the bottom. Okay, for a zipper. And now watch what I'm going to do, because we want to create the zipper going up. I'm just making this zigzaggy line and then mirroring it all the way up. Okay. Let's color some of this in. You know what I also will do, because I think we want to make, I'm going to make this like an Adidas tracksuit. So I'm also going to add the stripe going up. And another. See how I'm just like kind of winging it, but that's a beautiful thing about drawing that's a beautiful thing about drawing clothes, is that like there's not really a right answer. You can kind of just goof around. That is swaggy. All right, I'm gonna make this one baby blue, light blue. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That looks drippy as hell. Yep. Zipper. I'm gonna make that one gray. Oh, and then I should put a logo on this bag, right? Gee. Should I make it like a Supreme? Sick color choice. Yeah, I like that. I like that blue. Dude, he honestly looks... Why does this kind of like go hard? Like, I think I was like kind of drawing this to be goofy, and it actually goes... This actually goes kind of crazy. Okay, let's... I'm gonna just make it a... Oh, Nintendo. What does the Nintendo Switch logo look like? Let me look it up real quick. I'll look it up on my thing here. Nintendo Switch logo. Let's see. Okay. I think I can do that. Alright, let's go. That. Dot. Okay. That goes pretty hard. I'll just write switch. Bro, that goes crazy. Yup. Yo, this elf kind of nice with it. This house elf kind of nice with it, bro. All right, let's draw this. I think honestly, just to make things like look a little bit more visually interesting, we probably will not do tracksuit pants. Maybe we'll give him some jeans. But I think we want to give him some fresh kicks first. So, what kind of shoes should... Oh, did we want to do those big... Do we still want to do those big red boots? I kind of feel like we should do that, right? Somebody said that early on, and I was like, yeah, that's 100% the move. We should, right? Okay. Let me... You know what? Just to give myself a little bit of extra room. I'm just gonna... I know I said I wouldn't do this anymore, but Just want to make sure. Give it a little room to breathe. Yeah. Okay. So let's draw the boot. I mean, I don't even really need to look up a picture of the second stream in a row that I ran out of room for the shoes. No. That's okay. I still think this is a crazy fit pick. Even if you just got this, this goes hard. Yeah. Let's do those big red shoes. Okay. I don't even need to look up a pick. We're gonna go like this. Curve. Okay. Smaller curve. I'm giving him this lip. Oops. Don't love how that came out. A lip around it. See how this also helps to have anatomy here? Because even when you're not drawing the actual thing, I can, like, it's easier for me to visualize in my mind's eye where his legs are going to go, and I can draw things around it without fear of, like, goofing it up. Do you know what I mean? Let me zoom in a bit. Alright, let me see. This is the angle part that's going to be a little tricky. Whoops. So I've got this C shape. Okay, big C shape. Make sure to give it a little bit of a heel. All right. And then just a straight line up. The heel is the part that when people are drawing shoes, it's funny, Yellow Swag Studios, Zach, he's always like, he's said before that he's like, dude, I wish I could draw shoes like you, but I never draw shoes crazy. The trick is literally just when you're drawing, here's sock, instead of just drawing like a shoe like that, you got to give it the heel. The heel is the key. So make sure you include that there. Okay, let's do this other boot over here. This one's going to be a bit more, you know, like, let's see. Flat curve. Curve up. And then same deal, slight lip. Heel. Around. It has those little like folds. And then straight up. I mean, the truth is, as far as shoes go, these are probably one of the easier shoes to draw because there's no details on them. They're just a giant red boot. I'll leave them there so you guys can copy that. But it's really just C shapes, C shape, C shape in varying, like, curve degrees. This is a very flat curve. This one's a harsh curve. Flat curve. Harsh, straight line. God bless Dobby for being short. I'm running out of room. That's all right. We're almost done. I would like to give him a belt. I know we're getting a little... Things are getting a little bit like, you know... Things are getting a little bit busy, but... Hang on. How did it tell me to do that? W. No? View. How did I just do fit to screen? Oh, fit to screen. Control 0. Boom. There it is. BB Simon belt would be fire. See, this is the thing. I don't know what. I know nothing about designer clothes. What the hell is this? Oh, okay, wait. How the how am I gonna draw this, dude? How the hell am I gonna show you guys how to draw this? I could draw. Oh, this is like the shape. Is that it? Or are they all studied? This is insane. Maybe a little too detailed. Jesus Christ, they're all studded. How the hell do you find out about these brands? I've never heard of this. I mean, it's not that hard to draw something studded because it's just going to be the way that we color it in. But I'm trying to think if I can make that work. Let's see. In men's fashion, a nice Hermes belt. Let's see. Oops, what did I do? Did I close out of something? Okay. Oh my god, these are some gorgeous belts. $3,000 for a belt, ladies and gentlemen. No, that's a nice belt. I mean, I would probably spend $3,000 on that if I had it. Oh, I like the H for Harris. Jerker. All right, let's do the Hermes belt. We can draw that. That's easy. It's gonna be tucked in a bit here, okay? So bear with me. I'm gonna zoom in. You guys got the shoes, right? This is easy. I meant what I said. Tell him I dubbin. Okay, ready? I'm just drawing basically a bubble letter H. Okay? H. Actually, before you draw, whoops, whoa, before you draw this, give it a, whoops. You want to give it a belt loop. So put 2 lines here to prepare yourself for it. And then line, 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 line. Hypebeasts tuck their jackets into their pants when they have a belt on like that, though. Oh my god, that's funny. I'm going to give it this nice leather brown color. Oof. I think that's more swaggy to have it like peeking out like that, though. And then, I mean, I was going to say we could give him like ripped up jeans, but we might be like past the point that we could even do that. I mean, whoops. If you can fit this in, I think we could do it. Do you want to do ripped jeans? Do some EV. It's like, what is this crap? I have to look it up though. I know. Look, guys, look at me. Do I look like I know anything about fashion? Evisu reverse back pocket jeans. What is this? They just look like jeans. What's special about these? Is it the logo? Mid jeans. You're incredibly fashionable. Do you like this? I thrifted this tie. It has a Mickey Mouse on it. You like that? He's kind of peeking out all over the tie. Ooh. Here we go. Let's pull this up. Oh my god. Oh, it's only $231. I feel like that's actually like cheaper than most this other stuff. The only problem with it, I mean, this is fresh, but the only problem with it is that I think we're gonna lose the logo a bit. Actually, these are swag. I can't even lie. Oh, notice that me when I get my period. Oh god. It really is. It is like a fountain. Okay, we could try it. All right, so get rid of the. Get rid of the. What happened here? Oops. Okay. Back to black. Oh, it's only $200. All right, let's start with actually just the jeans themselves. All right, so. You want to draw the crotch region, which is, or the zipper. Okay. And then they're folding and wrinkling just like the rest of our clothing. Coming out from the jeans. So they're all wrinkled and crazy. Because there's a word for that when jeans do that. I know there's some guys with swag that talk about that sometimes. Like stacking. When you wear really baggy jeans, they do that. Okay, and so then let's see here. We want to do... How am I going to get those jeans painted on? Can you zoom out for 1 second? I got you. Here's a full image. Color these shoes red. Good. And then let's color the jeans in blue. I definitely want to hit it like with a different shade of blue than the jumper. Yeah. Yeah, get some stacking on, babe. Where the hype beats the fuck out. And then, how the hell do I paint this stuff on here? Let me think. What's the best way to show you guys how to do this? Let me zoom in. Okay. Did I do okay? Because I'm going to try to fill this in. Does that look right? What do you think, iDubbin? Beauty? He looks swag. Dude, he's fucking dripped out right now. Wow. I mean, what else is there to say? Actual masterpiece. It reads really well as some EV suit. Let's fucking go. Dude, he is actually dripped the fuck out. This is like... This is some crazy... This might be the best drawing that we've done on stream. I'm actually like impressed at how nicely this turned out. He looks extremely swaggy. I'm really excited to see how everybody's drawing came out. I was about to say. I like the Foxy Grandpa hat too, because it's kind of like it's unique in its own way. Let me see. I'm just gonna add a little bit of shading here. You guys know I don't. Here, somebody asked about pencil shading. The only type of shading that I do sometimes do is just when I'm adding a little bit of like dimension to a drawing. If I can locate which side the shadows are gonna be on, I usually hit them with some of these diagonal lines, just to give it a little bit more dimension, contrast. Trucker Drip. Oh, he doesn't got a chain. Well, I can't tell you guys to add a chain because we don't really have a place to put it, but I mean, if you're drawing digital, you can add another layer. And I'll give him like a white gold something. This is for digital, guys. Too late for earrings? No, we can add earrings. I mean, look, I can add jewelry on it, but it's only our digital drawing people are probably going to be able to follow along because you won't be able to really add it if you've already gone too far. Let's see. But look, you can add a chain, and I'll put the Deathly Hallows. And then if you want to add a ring, I mean, I'd probably like, where would he wear it? Pen and paper, I can still add things. I mean, if you're using pen and paper, I would say do it this way. Rather than just drawing the line like that, I would do this. I would go. Let me zoom in. If you're on like the earring, I mean, you could put it anywhere. You could put it cartilage or whatever, but I'm thinking if I put it like where his lobe would be, I'm gonna go U, okay, or a J almost. Connect it, make it like a bubble letter J, where the other half, it's a U, but the other half of it is on the other side, right? So we don't see that. And then just color that in. See what I mean? If we, let's see, let me get rid of this chain for a sec. Even though I do like the way that it came out, let's get rid of it. Do something else. It's a little bit more pencil friendly. I would do this. Another U shape that kind of gets thicker in the middle. And then color it in. And then you can actually add, maybe to give it some dimension, I'll use the different color. Make it clear that it's like there's links. Came out really a little too good, I think. Oh my god, like the Gene, dude, I dub in the Gene suggestion, even though I'd never heard of these Genes before. Such a good recommendation because it really makes him look like designer. Like he's got so much drip. The Nintendo Switch bag, pinky ring, earring, gold teeth, Cartier, chain, Adidas tracksuit jacket, Foxy Grandpa dad cap, and then what do you call these big red boots? And a Hermes belt. Can't forget about that. Master gave Dobby swag, dude. He looks crazy. Crazy. Oh my god. All right, guys. It's time. I need to blow my nose. I'm so congested. But look, let me just say, first of all, don't close out yet. Okay, don't close out. There's a couple things I want to say. Number one, I freaking love you guys. Anybody who watched this, Staffa Waffle, love you, dude. Anybody who stayed through this whole thing and actually watched, I know we were drawing for a long time. We've literally been recording for close to 3 hours. I freaking love you guys. I'm sorry I can't do these streams more often. It's the pains of just being busy. Like, I just have a lot of stuff going on, and between the podcast and my own art journey, but I'm so happy to do these streams like any chance I can, and I like doing them for a long time too. It is really fun. So thank you guys for watching. Please, if you haven't joined that Discord, if someone wants to drop the Discord link, please hop into that Discord so you can see everybody's drawings. I'm going to be in there too because I would really want to see how everybody's Dobby drawing came out. There's the link right there. Thank you, Staffa Waffle. If you've been watching and you don't actually follow me here on Twitch, I would appreciate if you followed me, because then you'll get a little notification the next time that I go live. But we're doing these every Wednesday, right? So every Wednesday is the normal day. If there's any schedule changes, though, you'll know about it because I'll post it in that Discord. Like I said, I have prints. I have this Dobby Has Swag prints plus cheeked up Spider-Man and the Sleep Paralysis Demon. I love sending mail out to you guys. I know how fun it is to receive things in the mail, so if you want to support me that way, my shop is also linked in my bio. And then, if you want to support me even more, if you want to join a community for the Cold Cuts Patreon, that's where we have all of our bonus episodes of the podcast. We have a huge community over there. You get early access to Beetle Moses comics, early access to YOLO Swag Studios comics. You get shit in the mail. You'll automatically jump in and get access to like 50 bonus episodes of the podcast. And plus, I think tomorrow we're going to be playing Gartic Phone with everybody on the Patreon. So I know some of you guys who are in this chat right now are already members of the Patreon, so hopefully you can vouch. It's such a fresh community. It's super nice, and it kind of helps me stay alive while I'm doing this full time. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Get a good night's rest, and I will see you on the next episode. And until then, I'll see you in the DMs and on the Discord. All right, I love you. Oh, and the VODs, by the way. VODs. You can see that link in my in up top too. All right. YouTube.com/@BeetleMoses. All of the VODs are... Whoa! Last minute. He jumped in. Geralt. 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 Is there a raid going on right now? When did that happen? I'll just close out. If there's a raid, I can't close out. Geralt. Thank you. Oh, I raid somebody. Oh, it's just late. Went for a walk. Well, thank you for coming through anyway. Oh, me raid somebody. Yeah, I definitely am due to do that. I have to learn how to do that. But that'd be dope. Anyway, the VODs right there. You can watch all of my old streams are on youtube.com/@BeetleMoses in full. So you can watch all of them. Anyway, all right. I love you guys. I think I've talked enough. I will see you in the Discord. Good night. Goodbye. See you later.